Red Kangaroo boxing, why they fight. The Red Kangaroo truly embodies the spirit of Australia's vast outback landscapes. What many people might think of as simple bouncing around is actually underpinned by a surprisingly intricate social structure and complex behaviors. One of the most captivating aspects of these interactions involves what we commonly refer to as kangaroo boxing. It's not quite boxing in the human sense, but rather a unique display of dominance and competition between males vying for position within their mob or territory. These sparring matches are a crucial part of kangaroo society. Stick around. You're about to learn something wild. But first, tap like and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next mind. Within a kangaroo mob, you'll often witness displays of incredible athleticism and surprisingly intense competition. Male red kangaroos, affectionately known as boomers, frequently engage in boxing matches to determine dominance and establish their place within the social hierarchy. These aren't just playful sparring sessions, they can be quite serious contests. Boomers will stand tall, sometimes over 6 feet, and use their powerful legs and forearms to deliver blows. They'll spar with each other, circling and posturing before launching into a flurry of punches aimed at the head and chest. The winner usually earns priority access to feeding areas and mating opportunities. It's all about securing resources and passing on their genes. These boxing matches are a fascinating example of how animals establish order within their communities. You might expect kangaroo fights to be chaotic and brutal, but they're often surprisingly complex displays. While injuries can occur, many encounters are more about asserting dominance than inflicting harm. They frequently involve elaborate posturing, where kangaroos try to appear larger and more imposing by flexing their muscles or extending their necks. You'll also see a lot of tail standing, essentially using the tail as a tripod to gain height and show off. And then there are the rhythmic paw strikes. These aren't wild punches, but rather carefully timed taps that seem almost choreographed. It's truly fascinating to watch, more like an elaborate ritualistic dance than a brutal brawl, a way for males to test each other without necessarily causing serious damage. You've probably seen those incredible videos of kangaroos boxing. It's a truly iconic display. But why do they do it? While there can be various reasons for sparring, the biggest driver behind these impressive clashes is competition for access to females. Red kangaroos live in hierarchical groups called mobs, and within these mobs, dominant males have significantly better chances of securing mating opportunities. These boxing matches aren't just random fights, they're often strategic tests of strength and dominance. A male will challenge a more established individual to prove his worthiness, essentially, his vying for the right to mate with the females in that mob. The victor gets the prize: increased access to breeding, ensuring their genes are passed on. It's fascinating to observe how red kangaroo society maintains its order. Younger males don't always accept the established hierarchy. They frequently challenge older, dominant kangaroos in what are essentially strength testing contests. These aren't necessarily full-blown fights every time. Often, it's a display of dominance through boxing and pushing, trying to assert themselves. It's how these younger individuals assess their own capabilities relative to those at the top. They're subtly probing for weaknesses, testing the limits of the dominant male's power, all in an effort to potentially climb the social ladder within the mob's structure. These challenges can be quite dramatic and reveal a lot about the dynamics within the group. These kangaroo boxing matches aren't simply about brute force, they're a complex display of dominance and endurance. You see, male red kangaroos often settle disputes through these striking contests, but it's rarely the biggest individual who emerges victorious. It's more about stamina and projecting an aura of confidence. A kangaroo can absorb incredible blows, sometimes dozens in a row, while maintaining that imposing upright stance. This display communicates resilience and determination, signaling to his opponent that he won't back down easily. The ability to endure these strikes and remain steadfast is just as important as delivering them, often proving the deciding factor in who claims victory. When kangaroos box, it's a truly remarkable display of athleticism and balance. You might think they're just hopping around wildly, but their tails play an absolutely crucial role in the fight. These powerful appendages aren't just for propulsion, they function as a fifth limb, providing incredible stability during these contests. Imagine trying to punch effectively while standing on one leg, nearly impossible. The kangaroo's tail acts like a counterweight, keeping them upright and allowing for precise, controlled blows. It allows them to shift their weight rapidly and deliver powerful kicks with accuracy. These boxing matches aren't always quick affairs. You might see a flurry of blows lasting only seconds, a rapid exchange meant to establish dominance. But sometimes, these encounters can escalate into prolonged battles, with kangaroos trading punches and kicks for several minutes. It's truly remarkable to witness the stamina involved. They'll circle each other, feint, and then launch another attack in a complex dance of strength and agility. The length often depends on factors like the animal's age, size, and perceived threat level. Sometimes it's about asserting who's boss, and other times it's a more serious competition for territory or mates. It's fascinating to observe kangaroo sparring, and perhaps surprising that injuries are uncommon during these boxing matches. You might expect some serious scrapes and bruises, but kangaroos seem to possess an innate understanding of how to play rough without causing lasting harm. They instinctively avoid inflicting severe damage on one another. It's almost as if they adhere to a code of conduct, a form of sporting behavior. This isn't about dominance through brutality. It's more about establishing hierarchy and demonstrating strength in a relatively safe manner. The kicks are powerful, yes, but often aimed strategically, and the animals seem adept at anticipating movements to minimize impact. It's truly remarkable how they balance the need to assert themselves with a natural inclination towards self-preservation. The seemingly playful sparring you see between kangaroos is far more than just a game. It's a vital component of their social structure and a fascinating display of dominance hierarchies. Male red kangaroos frequently engage in boxing matches, but these aren't random encounters. They're carefully choreographed contests used to establish or reaffirm their position within the mob. The winner often gains access to prime feeding spots or mating opportunities, highlighting the direct link between physical prowess and social standing. Observe closely, you'll notice subtle cues like head bobbing and tail posture that precede these bouts, demonstrating a complex communication system at play. It's an elegant dance of power, revealing how kangaroos maintain order and stability within their communities through this remarkable behavior.